It's time for Christmas / read /
Again, a different part of our Christmas wish list. We want to watch some stuff and we want to read some stuff.
Yeah. I thought I wanted to kick off, dude. I want to try be like all holiday-y, and there's ones that I'm aiming to try get hold of and get that are Christmas related. I know you may have heard of some of them, but the first one I want to start with, I've always seen the cover in comic shops, but I've kind of just been like, what is that? And ignored it. It's Batman Noel. It's by Lee Bermeo. Apparently he writes and illustrates it.
Cool.
And apparently, like from what I've heard in a nutshell, it's like a Christmas Carol, the entire story, but with Batman in it. So I'm already like equally confused and intrigued. So
it almost reminds me of the one Batman the animated. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg, Batmobile lost its wheel, and the Joker got away. Hey!
Nice.
Christmas
I don't know how
Carol.
you remember that, but
Dude, when it comes to that animated show, so many fond memories. Loved it.
yeah. And then another one, which I know you own the deluxes to.
I do.
Which is Klaus by Grant Morrison. Again, it's just the whole idea behind, like, you know, Klaus is, you know, well, Santa Claus, Klaus. And it's this idea that he's like this hardcore badass, and it's got a whole origin story to him, and it's got a whole bunch of like fairy tale aspects and I mean Grant Morrison. So
And to give you more context, the first volume is that entire, I think it's 6 parts. It's the entire origin-ish kind of story of Klaus. The second volume is just a collection of little Klaus adventure type, almost like one-shots that he was releasing, and then they just collected them all into a volume. So a whole bunch of little self-contained stories.
is it only volume 1 and 2, and that's everything?
As far as I know, yeah. I know that he's working on more Klaus stories.
Oh, cool.
And it sounds like they're going to be a whole bunch of more like little one-shots. So if they do collect them all together, there'll eventually one day be a volume 3 that'll follow volume 2 kind of suit.
Yeah, I was just seeing if I want to buy it, how much I have to catch up on, and that's not too.
I think the TPs are available, maybe in comic stores, or you can look on some of the online things. I don't know about the hardcovers, but they might still be. I mean, it's Dark Horse. I think it's Dark Horse, those deluxes that I got. Either that or Boom Studios. It's one of the two. Great quality, great price point. Proper hardbound. They got the gold stuff on the top, like some of those old books used to come with. The little ribbon inside is a built-in placeholder, etc.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Very nicely done books. Any others?
The last one, Christmas related on my list that I think you've read, I haven't, which is the Lobo Christmas special. For anyone, it's a one-shot as far as I know, and it's basically like Lobo gets hired to kill Santa. So already, like, I don't know much about the Lobo character, but I know enough to know that that's going to be like all that is. It's actually quite an old comic.
Yeah, very. From the 90s still.
Yeah, I think it should be really fun. So
definitely, and I think it's written by, I think it's the team of Giffen and Grant that was doing the entire Lobo, like ongoing runs and all of that stuff. So it's good, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's got like Bisley-esque art. If he hasn't done the pencils or the inks or something like that, I think he could be involved. Bisley, I can't quite remember. So you're in for a good story. I don't know how much you know about Lobo.
Like the basics, dude. Like, you know, that he just self-heals the whole time, like on like a drop of blood. There's the one like famous story that he still comes alive, and he's got like a big dog, and he's always on a motorbike. I don't know too much, but you know, like I've heard often people say in a weird way he's kind of like, in his own way, like the biker version of Deadpool, like but in the DC universe.
Yeah, kind of. Bit of an alcoholic, doesn't give a damn about anybody, etc. So,
and also know he's like a specific race of like, so like I know super basics, but like nothing.
Yeah, so I think you know enough to enjoy it. Like you say, he's a bounty hunter, hitman / bounty hunter. So that's what you need. And then if you want to, I've got all of the early mini-series and stuff that set up who he is and give you like a bit of the backstory and all of that stuff. That was also. The art was by Bisley, it was Giffen, Grant, all of them writing it, so it's top-notch stuff.
Okay,
I've got all those in a TP if you ever want to borrow that too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what got me onto Lobo, was that original miniseries. I didn't really have any of the one-shots, and I went straight into the ongoing. And the ongoing was quite cool because it was just completely different to anything the DC was putting out at the time. And then only recently did I discover the one-shots, and I just went on a mission to try and get as many one-shots as I could, that one included. So it's good. It's a fun read.
Nice.
On that note, I've got a Marvel, almost like holiday Christmas special comic that I picked up on an auction, also like a one-shot. It's got like Wolverine on the cover, and if I remember correctly, Spider-Man is sort of decoing him with Christmas lights, and he's like unimpressed with this, and Spider-Man's hanging upside down and like putting the Christmas lights on him. And the only reason I knew about that was that Marvel card collecting thing that I play from Topps.
Yeah.
They did a Christmas series of cards, and that was one card in there. And then when I saw the cover come up on an auction, I was like, oh, it's an actual thing. Let me grab that and give it a read. So no better time than the present. And I'll probably give my Klaus's a read, because I haven't actually read the first volume of Klaus, and I need to actually wrap my head around that. What other reads would I
I think
that are Christmassy, or maybe it's just things that I want to read?
I mean, dude, I have an endless list of stuff I just want to read in general over the December holidays. I don't know if you want to, anything you jumps out at you that you can.
There's one. So I got these books, and I wanted to say it was probably Omar, Uncanny Omar, doing it from cheap. What are they? I forget the name of the channel now. Damn it.
It's on the.
Anyway, yes, but Omar was mentioning this 2-part little graphic novel thing called Chrononauts. And he said it was a cool, funky sci-fi time travel-y kind of story about these two guys that are kind of back and forth through time and manipulating things, and things are going wrong, right? And I don't know if it's their job to fix the rights, or I'm not sure. But he raved about it, said it was a great little 2-part story, start to end kind of thing, full self-contained, and the art looked decent. So I'm just going to read that. I've literally put it aside on my shelf to pick up and read, along with the Maestro TPs that have come out recently from Marvel. Well, I've got volume 1 and 2, and I do want to read those and just get that whole how he became the Maestro, what happened, what events transpired.
Yes, dude, I'm going to show you that recently released like this concept of I think it's a Maestro statue. It's
really
it's like, I don't know much about the character, but I think he's like sitting on this throne and he's just like,
that sounds pretty accurate. Yes, yeah. If they're smart, they'll have like fragments of various heroes' stuff around him as like, spoils of his triumph. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Nice.
Another one that I might have mentioned on the channel before, but I want to read volume 1 and 2 of the like Sandman verse of Hellblazer.
Right.
I started with
cancelled.
I started with like the first volume, but I just wasn't in the right frame of mind. And I think it was also, I forget his name, but from the hardcover comic on YouTube.
Yes,
he talked so highly about it, and I already had it on my like radar. So when so much so that he got it like hard bound like himself.
Right. He likes to do those custom bound kind of things.
The binding, that's definitely on my list.
Nice. That is awesome. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yes, I've got a whole bunch more of that World's End Harem anime. So I think I just want to knock a little bit more out of that. For those that didn't catch that episode, the brief synopsis was kind of like Why the Last Man, but in anime and with a lot more boobs and everything else there. So probably read a bit more of that and see where that story's kind of progressing.
Nice.
And then, like I mentioned to you, I'm expecting next week that the volume 1 and volume 2 of the Tresse TPs arrive. So I want to give those a read and see how they stack up.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, on my side, it's always Sandman to get as far as I can with Sandman. There is a couple other titles. Like I think I mentioned in the previous episodes, I want to start diving into my Dead Man Omnibus and those demon TPs I got. I completely forgot about this, but I want to finish Seven Soldiers.
That's
by Grant Morrison.
Big heavy read there.
Yeah.
You got that Omni.
So dude, like just like so much. like I could probably think of a million other things, but I think I must like narrow it down and only commit to a couple of things.
Fair.
There is also another reason I want to do, Gaiman's new audiobook with Sandman.
Yeah.
And what I've done is I've gone back, even if I've read it before, and like page through the novels while I listen.
Yeah.
So that's also something I want to knock out.
Have you started on the second recording yet? Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I've got it, and I don't know if it's very short, because when I look at the original archive that we got of the first part, it's just in sheer file size. It's just, the one is a fraction of the other. And I don't know if it's because it's not complete, if it's just another little section that they've done.
I'm sure it's probably just a section, dude. It's such a big amount of work to do. And I think, it's for someone like they're doing it for Audible. So like for Audible to go, let's break this up. It's content,
Sure.
It's subscriptions for them and all that fun stuff. So it's probably all contractual that they don't finish it soon.
Yeah, probably. And for everyone involved, it's, I suppose, steady, committed work, etc. So, at least they've backed it enough so that they've continued and not just one and done and story not finished, I suppose.
It's so bad, dude, because I've started you got me on the Sandman journey indirectly, and then I've now trying to get people on the Sandman journey. Like someone like Keegan's already listened to the whole second volume of the I've got a friend that I lent one or two of the graphic novels to, and everyone's surpassing me, and I'm like, this is not good.
I'm the champion of it, and all my understudies have surpassed me.
Yeah.